Hello, Mr. Radrazani, sir. Hi, it's Aussie Villain. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm excited for the new season. I hope we can do well as well. I don't know about champions, but top 6 again would certainly be nice. But look, the reason I'm calling is I was hoping that maybe we could reinvest some of the Shackleton money into our facilities. All of them? Wow, thank you, sir. That is very, very generous of you. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 26 of The First Star with Leeds United, and today we get the Premier League season underway. We start away to Nottingham Forest, and then I think it's Wolverhampton we play, and I'm assuming that's going to be at home, but I haven't really checked, and I probably should have done that. But, as you've just heard, to start things off, we are upgrading our facilities. We had a lot of money left in the bank after the transfer window, so I asked the board, and they said yes, so we are upgrading our Darnell's facilities, 2.4 million worth there. We're upgrading our training facilities at just under 5 million worth, and this is not going to be ready till next season, which is a little bit of a shame, but that's what I get for asking at the start of a season, isn't it? Because I won't do it through the season. And youth facilities as well, 2.7 million. So I'm hoping with that, what that'll mean is that it'll push us up into, right now we're superb training facilities, great data analysis facilities, and excellent youth facilities. I'm hoping we'll get maybe state-of-the-art for the two training facilities and data analysis. It doesn't take long to do, so it doesn't really matter where that ends up. We'll get that sort of maxed out. Finances, even with that, still 90-odd million in the bank. 70 in transfer fees, so we do have money to spend in January if we need to. And if you want to have a look at what happened in the transfer window, go back and check last episode, and you can see all the ins and outs of that there. Now, let's have a quick preview of what we're expected to do this season. We're expected to be top half in the Premier League. I would like to think we could perhaps manage top 6 again. You'll see that we got the Monday night games. There's already been games in the Premier League this weekend. Top half, though, is a minimum, isn't it? I'd like to think, as I said, we could maybe get back into Europe. We're expected to be competitive in the Europa League. We do have the group stage. The group stage draw is coming up. I'm not quite sure when that's coming up, actually, but it must be soon. FA Cup, we're expected to reach the 5th round, which it depends on the draw, as does the Carabao Cup when we're in the 4th, where we're supposed to reach the 4th round. We'll just kind of see how that goes. As for the Premier League, though, if we go and have a look at the season preview, you can see we're expected to finish 11th, 55 to 1. So we're not actually expected necessarily to be top half, according to the odds, but I think we're better than that. I really do think we can manage to do it. Like I say, I like to think we can come top half, but Europa League fixtures, but I think we've strengthened, we have a deeper squad. Key players, we don't have anybody in the media dream team, but that's maybe to be expected. And the key players is Iax Moriba, who we snapped up at £210,000. Very impressive. A lot of you were in the comments with that guy. And like I say, I just cannot believe we got him for so little. And our other key player is Ryan Edmondson, who I would consider maybe our 4th choice striker right now, but he's apparently one of our key players. So I might have to reevaluate exactly how important he is for us, but we can see there the rest of the key players in the Premier League. Go on, Grealish and McGinn. Oh, two of my man crushes. Anyway, let's not dwell on that. Let's go and have a look at what we're up against here in Nottingham Forest. They are a newly promoted team. We are the favourites for this game, so that is a little bit of extra pressure, perhaps. We 1-1 lost for them when we played them in the Championship. Now, unfortunately, in all my changing of the backroom staff, there was no scout assigned to next opposition. So we go into this essentially blind, which is not ideal. But we're going to go for them a little bit here. Now, this is the team we're sending out for the first game of the season. We're going to try to get some debuts out of the way here as well. A couple of things just to sort of point out is that Moriba isn't featuring because he just came back from injury, so he's not really ready. He's played a game in the under 23s. We'll try, and we might look to give him a game against Wolves. Otherwise, I think it's more or less full strength. They're going to try the more attacking lineup. So Casilla goes in goal for us. It'll probably be his last season with Leeds, certainly his first choice, so we'll see how he goes. Douglas gets the start. He knows what he's doing there, so we're going to stick with him. Suta, Bonifazi, and Coyle. Coyle just gets the spot ahead of the new boy, basically because I want to try and I don't want to change things too quickly here. So we're going to give Coyle a game. It's Phillips and McCalmont in midfield. We're going to go with Batista Moya, Alina, another debut there in midfield in the number 10 role for him, and Bowen. Edouard's going to get a debut up front as well. I've got Hernandez on the bench if we need him. We've got Koric on the bench if we need him. Turpey's on the bench as well, as is our young left back and our new centre back there as well. And Rafael Leao, who you can see there, his form has been absolutely woeful. End of last season, then in pre-season, he's just fallen off a cliff. So, yeah, let's get the season underway. So we are matching up formations. That is kind of what I was expecting from them. But obviously you can never tell for sure without a scouting report. So there we go. They've got a few debutants in there as well. Just the two in the starting 11 for us. Of course, Batista Meyer on loan was with us last season. Mert God says, do it for the fans. Go out there and enjoy yourselves. Let's give the fans their money's worth tonight. It's the first game of the season. It's always exciting, isn't it? You've waited all summer. Not the best team talk I've ever given, but let's see how we do here. All right, and here we go. Welcome to the brand new season. Leeds back as a European club. This is just one of these games that should be a Premier League just guaranteed game, isn't it? Forest versus Leeds, and let's see what we do here. We'll give them a get creative nice and early. Hernandez not starting is perhaps controversial. I wanted to give Alina a game in his sort of more natural advanced playmaker role, and obviously Hernandez is not a winger anymore. He doesn't have the pace for that. So yeah, that's why we've made the selection that we have there. Going as attacking as we are, it's one of these things where if we're a European club, we're going to have to start and do this. Teams are going to sit back against us. So in a way, playing a promoted team might be a good thing. Here we go with McAlmont. And while we're talking about McAlmont, actually, good time to mention the goal of the season competition last season. As voted by you, his goal, 60% of the vote as goal of the season. So agreeing with the game selection there. So well done, Alfie McAlmont, on goal of the season. As we almost succumb to a counter-attack there. Here we go, building from the back again, though. Bonifazi. Coyle for McAlmont. Here we go with Elena for Batista Meyer. Can he play in Eduardo here for his debut goal? Batista Meyer just keeps going. He plays in Bowen instead. Can Bowen square it back? Oh, he's just got a little bit too wide there. Back for Douglas. If Phillips for Douglas. Back for Phillips. Somebody have a shot here. Douglas, there is a good ball. Batista Meyer. Oh, it's off the post. And he's so unlucky. And we go again. Are we just starting to get on top here, perhaps? Sutar and Douglas exchange passes. Douglas in there for Phillips. Phillips goes to the back post. Batista Meyer, where's Eduardo? He cuts inside himself. Batista Meyer! He's hit the other post. Bowen! Oh, how what have we got to do to score a goal? Bowen still with possession. It's a decent ball, and that is a corner for the good guys. Batista Meyer has hit one off each post. It's either going to go in next or hit the crossbar. The Bonifazi header goes sailing over the crossbar, and that is the end of that. Batista Meyer looks like he may have picked up a knock. Let's try and demand more here. He's coming back, though, his fitness. So maybe just a bit of a kick in the shins. We've not looked too bad. One thing we are going to have to get used to, or discover, I guess, is with Edouard up front. I've got him as an advanced forward right now with a number 10 in. It's going to be just sort of discovering the best way to play with him and just Leeds in general with a number 10 in, because it's not something we particularly did last year. They picked us to pieces there. This isn't good. It's a weak shot in the end, and Casilla is there. I wonder if we look to maybe exploit the flanks. We seem to have had a little bit more luck down in wide areas, haven't we? Not a great performance, but we've hit the post twice, so it could have gone the other way. What do we want to say here? Unlucky so far. Let's try that. Let's tell players here, or obviously on bookings, we don't want you getting sent off there, please, mate. We'll tell the players playing 6, 7 or below, we expect a little bit more. But Casilla is doing fine. Alfie McAlmont's doing fine. Phillips, surprisingly, not having a great game for us. I wonder if there's a change to be had there. Alina could, in theory, play a little bit deeper. Which would mean he's not an advanced playmaker. So maybe if we could bring on Hernandez for Phillips, drop Alina back in. But then he wants to play in wide areas, ideally, doesn't he, with Hernandez? We'll have to think about that one. Let's give it another get creative here. Bonifazi's looking nervous. Let's go attacking. We really should be good enough here. What I'd love to do is get a goal or two, and then we can look to give some debuts off the bench as well. Just start and settle in the new boys. Here we go with Alina. There's a good ball for Eduardo. The two new boys link up. Can Eduardo finish? Eduardo! Gave the keeper a chance, and he stuck it around the post. All right. How long have we got to go here? Show some passion, boys. Come on. An hour in. We've had half chances. I wouldn't say we've really broken them down as of yet. Can we put some pressure on their backline here, though? They're playing around with it. I wonder if Edouard should be a pressing forward. He goes and closes down the keeper eventually. Again, it's a little bit of a stuff up, not having a that is a man in way too much space. Not having a pre-game, it's a horrible shot. Not having a pre-game, what's the word I'm looking for? scouting report because I don't really know how they want to play. So that's a little bit difficult. All right. Do we bring on... What do we do here? Alina can play back, can't he? He can play there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's play him as a deep liar. Put him on support. McCalmont can stay box to box. Phillips. Let's bring Hernandez on. And that's just one change. And then what we can look to... Batista Mai's not playing particularly well either. Alright, so what we might do is we might... No, we'll leave it for now. We'll see how that goes. I'm thinking we can bring Coric on, play him as a number 10. And then we can stick Batista Maya out wide. Edouard, let's put him as a pressing forward. Just try and close down their back line a little bit. Put a bit more pressure on them. Come on, boys. Let's get creative here. It's not been a classic performance from us, really, has it? Are we going to go and concede a goal from a corner? This is not what we need. Casillas there. Now, is that the highlight? Almost surely not. Goes early. He finds Batista Maya in space. Now, can he create a little bit of magic? He's hit both posts. Can he do something here? Batista Maya! A little bit selfish. He had Edouard in the middle there. Maybe that was what he needed to do. Now, the other thing we could do here is... No, let's stick to the original plan. I was going to say we could look to go 2 up top, considering I did kind of sign players to do that. We'll bring Coric on here, attacking midfielder. And I'm thinking... Edouard's had his chance. He hasn't taken it. Let's get Leao on there. And see what we get from these two guys. Going to a promoted team, opening sort of their first game of the season, especially the first home game of the season, if it's the first game, it's never an easy thing to do. So, maybe we just sort of have to suck it up here and say that, a point's not horrible, but... We want more than that this season. Here we go with Leao. Can Leao come off the bench and make the difference? Oh, can he ever? He's like never had an off-season. Rafael Leao back on it straight away. Carlos Elena with a stunning ball to play him through as well. Let's tell him to concentrate now. 10 minutes to go here. It's a great ball, isn't it? It's Leao on the end of it. And just like we saw last season, time and time again, Leao sticks it away. Excellent, excellent stuff. And here's Elena. We signed Coric to try and be the new... Oh, don't do this to me, boys. Away. Oh, I thought he dropped it. We signed Coric to try and be the new Hernandez. Maybe we had him all along there in Alina. Not all along, but maybe we'd already signed him in Alina. Coric, there's a good ball for Leao. Maybe we have them both. What a creative force that could be. Oh, Leao, straight at the goalkeeper. Bowen's there. Keeps possession, does he? No. He could have maybe done a little bit better there. I'm wondering if we need to start and close this game back a little bit. We're starting to look okay though, aren't we? We've got a lot more highlights. That has gone out. They've gone to a 4-3-3. I'm thinking Alfie can probably drop back in, can't he? Coric, we know he can drop back in. That's part of the reason why we signed him, is because he can do that. Yeah, keep Alina there. That's fine. And we'll just start and close it down a little bit. We've worked really, really hard to get this lead. What we don't want to do is go and sort of throw it all away. Now, how are we defending? That's fine. Yeah, we don't want to throw it away being a little bit reckless. 5 minutes to go. If we get a second goal, you'd have to say that would be game over, wouldn't it? Come on. Douglas, he's excellent time wasting, you've got to say. Bowen, beaten to the ball, and suddenly we're 2-on-2 at the back. That's a little bit too easy for them, isn't it? Good tackle from Suter. Excellent stuff. Come on, boys. Come on. We might give them some praise, perhaps. Let's go defensive here. Let's close it down. It's not been a classic, but we've got the job done. So that's a decent opening day performance, I'd say. Alina with man of the match. What a debut that was for him. Not the best debut from a couple of the other boys, but we'll say job well done. Leeds in control as Forest brushed just like... I wouldn't disagree with that. We did have an element. It was a bruised ankle he got, so that's fine. He should be back for the Wolves game. That's 5 days away. Alina, what a debut it was. The other guys, Coric had a nice ball through at the end there, didn't he? But Alina certainly looks like he could be the business for us. Excellent with the amount of chances you created, mate. Guys, wait right there. We'll be back for Wolves, our second game of the season, our first at Ellen Road. Okay, welcome back, and here we go, about to open our season at Ellen Road. Now, Wolves are surprisingly favourites for this one. That does... I thought we'd be favourites, but they were a good team last year, weren't they? They were up there with us for the European spots. So, not an easy game. We're 1-1. We've won one, lost one against them. I think they right at the end of last season they beat us quite comfortably, didn't they? They're a Steven Gerrard coached team these days, attacking standard playing style. If you have a look at the analysis report, I fixed it all up. We have information on the opposition now. They do like to attack down the left, which is of course down our right. And spoiler alert, we're going to have Pablo Hernandez there, so how well he's going to track back could be very important for the game. But you can see there their heat map. It's kind of just regular, normal stuff. Key passes. They lost 1-0 against Arsenal last time out, so it's a sort of an explainable defeat, I think, that one. Arsenal are a good team in our save here. This is a team we're sending out. There are a few changes. We're going to persist with this formation. I'm thinking what we'll do is we might have sort of a league formation and a European formation. Wingers worked okay in the league for us last year, so I think in Europe we might try the two up front and the wing backs and kind of see how that works. But Casilla continues in goal. Douglas, Suta, Bonifacio will continue. Bartolek, we're going to give him a debut performance here at home. He's good getting up and down the right wing there. I think him overlapping a sort of a cutting in Pablo Hernandez, that could potentially be a good matchup for us this year, or a good partnership. Alina, he looked really good as a deep-lying playmaker. We're going to stick him in that role. Phillips can go box-to-box for this one. Hernandez, Coric gets the start with Bowen. We're going to give Edouard another game, another chance to start up front. He is a good option up there. And of course, we do have Liao on the bench if and when we need him. I should say, too, I know it kind of looks like it right now. This isn't me sort of dissing or getting rid of Liao for the season. I still think he's probably our number one striker. I just want Edouard to kind of settle in if he can as quickly as possible, get that first goal. And like I say, Liao's on the bench if we need him. And we know what he can do off the bench. Matt God says again, do it for the fans. I don't think we want revenge. Let's leave last season there. Let's go out there and impress me today, boys. Some calm, we have faith. And again, not the best team talks I've ever given, but let's see if we can get a bit of passion into... no, Edouard. No, not a passionate man, apparently. Okay, and here we go. Gus has joined us for this one. You getting comfortable there, mate? All right. Now, you will notice Mariba is on the bench for this one. He's still not really match sharp to do 90 minutes. But we'll wait and see how that plays out. Ideally, we will give him some game time here. Yeah, we've got our defensive subs there as well, which would be debuts if they were to come on. So again, if we're in a position where we can get them on the field, we might look to do that. Little bit of a snooze fest so far. Let's keep telling them to get creative. We haven't done anything. We haven't been in this game whatsoever. Corner to defend. It's all the way to the back post. Casilla is just about there and does the job. I'm wondering... Excellent highlight. That's the sort of game it's been. I wonder if we go attacking. No, we haven't really been in the game just quite yet. Let's show some passion if we can before the break. Wow. We're not very free-flowing at the start of the season here, are we? That was a half quickly forgotten. Let's assertively... I'm not pleased with what we saw there, boys. Edouard has lost confidence. It's looking as though he's not going to settle in quickly, isn't it? Which is a shame because he's a good player and he will be an important player for us. Coric has not been in the game whatsoever, only a 6-4 for him. And Alina has not looked particularly good playing in a deeper role. So everything I've tried basically is not working. Do we give it another little bit of time here, I wonder? Let's try exploit the middle. Look for overlaps, but exploit the middle. See if that works. Otherwise, what can we do? What we're doing isn't working because none of the attacking players are playing well. So that's sort of, that tells a story, doesn't it? That something is not working. We'll try exploit the middle. If that doesn't work, we'll exploit the flanks, I guess. We'll see how we go from there. Hernandez. There's a good ball for Edouard. Can he finish this one? Edouard! No, it's a decent save from the keeper. But signs of life early in the second half. That is good. That was the lesser spotted highlight. We'll give it another demand more if we can. Coric is just not working out in that central position there, is he? So let's bring Moriba on for him. Moriba on for him. Let's do that. What position does he prefer? He likes a deep lying playmaker, so that's fine. We can do that. Let's get Elena. We don't want him as the advanced playmaker, I think, don't we? Which probably means the end for Hernandez. It's actually looked okay, so let's not do that. Let's put him as an advanced playmaker. Let's get him forward, though. Not an advanced playmaker, sorry, an advanced midfielder. That all looks good. What are we, an hour into the game again? Again, Edouard is not particularly looking good. So, oh, here we go. We've got a corner. Can we pounce from the set piece? Hernandez knocks it in. It's away. It's away again. Are we going to hit on the break? We've got 2-on-2 at the back. Come on, boys. Sensible defending here, please. Don't let us... Not like this. Oh, not like this. Douglas is there. Oh, that's horrible in the end. And I don't know if this formation's working with the number 10. Let's get Edouard off. He's just not working. Bowen's having a poor game out there as well. It says it was Suter that missed the header. Someone in there... I thought we had it covered. I thought here, we won this, didn't we? And I thought that was enough. And we've just let him walk in. It is Suter or Bartalik. One of them has just not shown up. And nothing we're doing is particularly working right now. Let's take it off, work the ball into the box perhaps. Let's start counter-pressing. Let's get stuck in. Try and win this ball back. Is there a way back into this game for us? We do have another sub. I don't know. I don't know. We might try... That's just horrible, isn't it? It hasn't been good. I mean, we snuck past a newly promoted team, and Wolves, as I said, they were a good team last year. I think we were 6th, they were 7th in the end. But, I mean, we're going to have to work on defending corners, aren't we? That's obvious from there. Let me know what you think in the comments. What we don't want to do is get absolutely ripped to shreds here in the end. Come on, boys. I'm thinking maybe it was a little bit too ambitious to play a number 10 in this game. Alina just stood there and looked at the ball instead of clearing it, and it is now getting a little bit embarrassing. Let's get a debut out of the way here while we can. Sutar's having a nightmare. Let's get Toussaint on for him. Is he a ball player? Yeah, he can play as a ball player, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I was a little bit too ambitious. We got where we were last season, I think. Look, what's Alina doing there? Just put your foot through it, mate. We got where we were last year from being solid at the back, and I just think maybe again, Marida's injured himself. It's just been an absolute disaster. It's just a bruised knee, so it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I'm wondering... We might have to pick and choose a little bit more carefully when we go with a number 10 and when we go with a DM. Here we go with Bowen. Can we get a little bit of respectability back late on? Last goal wins, right? That's surely the rules. Bowen just keeps it in, but for what purpose? And if we go 4-0 down, I'll be so annoyed. It hasn't been that sort of game. We've fallen in a heat. Look at the late goals. We've conceded one and just folded up. That's good play there by Toussaint. That's promising. Can we get to that? We can. Hernandez is there. He looks early for Carlos Alina. He owes us a goal from his missed clearance, and he can't stick it away. I think we've had enough, ref. When you're ready. Bartalik, what can he do? Back for Bonifazi. All the way back to Casilla. And we go again. That's a decent looking pass there for Bowen to get onto. Now, can he square it back? He hasn't got no angle to shoot. Bacaliau's not quite there. We've looked, actually, since going 3-0 down, we've looked okay. When the game was gone, we looked okay. But the problem there is that the game was gone, wasn't it? Look at that. Don't look happy there. Look at that. Arms folded. Prowling the touchline. Ball into the box. And that'll do us. Well, that's horrible. That wasn't a good performance. They've played well. I think some of that was just mistakes that have cost us, but that was not good enough. So Wolves eased to victory, and we really did make it easy for them in the end, didn't we? We had Mobita as a left back in the Villa save in FM19, so I'm going to say Mobita a lot, but obviously I mean Mariba. We got some debuts out of the way, which is never a bad thing, but that was really disappointing, wasn't it? If we look at the league table, we're sitting there where we should be, in theory, in 10th. Wolves are a good team, so we've got to remember that, but that was poor. And as I said, I think we're going to have to pick and choose when we play the number 10 a little bit more closely. But guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that for whatever reason, the first game we won, so that's something, I guess. But it was a bit of a bit of a poor episode. What we'll do is we'll come back next time for Newcastle at home, and then our first game back in Europe, in the Europa League group stage. I'll put the draw in there as well when that's on. And if you follow me on Twitter, at AussieVillain, I'll tweet out the draw, so the group draw, I should say, when we get it. So you'll be able to find out in advance of tomorrow's episode who we have. But until then, guys, I've been AussieVillain. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about that second performance. Apologies to the fans. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.